This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com.
What is going on? We've had a busy week so far.
Have you?
Yeah, busy. Not crime-wise, thankfully. I'm going to touch some wood. But yeah, getting involved in different projects this week. We started off on Monday. We joined in the Five Islands School Safety Day. They do an annual safety day.
Okay, and what were you doing there?
Yeah, we get involved along with Brook Advisory, which is the sexual services for children. It's advisory service, careers service. The bank, Barclays Bank, come along and they asked us to do some inputs on personal safety for when they trip over to the mainland to college, about protecting themselves and their property and the likes and not getting into trouble. Mm-hmm. And then we had our drugs officer from Camborne come across and do a input on drugs and alcohol, which was really good, well received. We had a little interactive quiz, a bit like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so they got to vote on different questions, which they really liked that. It was good. That went down as a bit of a hit. And yeah, it was good day. Yeah.
Good educational tool.
Yeah.
Good educational tool.
Yeah, feedback's been very good.
So what else has been going on? Because were you doing like a driving awareness thing the other day, is that right?
Yeah, we did Tuesday, Matt's project. He hooked up with Cornwall County Council road safety officers. They're running a project around the county at the minute. It's a Driving Safer for Longer initiative, which is basically our elder drivers on the islands were invited along to a workshop day at the Atlantic Hotel, sitting on some sessions around, you know, your sort of reactionary skills lesson as you get older, if anybody's got any mobility problems or if they're on any medication that might affect their sight or driving or anything like that. So
okay.
It's all advisory. Which it was fantastic. All day we had two sections, one in the morning, one in the afternoon. We're full, really good.
Just over 30 people turned out, which is fantastic.
Really, really nice. Matt invited them all along. I think he put a bit of pressure on them, but they all came along. And,
did you bend the elbow slightly?
I think a bit of it was done, but they all did come along and they all got into it. And it was. I sat in on the morning session, and it was really interesting.
And hopefully they've all gone away with something that they can use. I mean, it wasn't a scaremonger
tactic or anything
to lose
like
the licence or anything like that. It was purely, again, an educational, to get them to continue driving for a longer period.
Yeah, and then the next day he stayed on and took, I think he said 9 willing volunteers out on a little bit of a driving skills test. Not a test, but just sitting while they drove.
Like an assessment.
Yeah, an assessment. And he said, hand on heart, that our standard of driving of our elderly drivers was very good. He didn't pick up on anything bad or dangerous. He said they were all really good. They took his advice on board. A few of them needed some extra. You can get like extended mirrors and some specialised seating things you can buy from a company in Cornwall, and they took on board his advice on that. And yeah, he was delighted with it. So
even to the extent that people were saying, "When's the next one?"
Yeah,
it's like a day out for them.
It's been really well received.
I think it's been one of our better ones, that we've offered. It was a bit when Matt got offered it, I think we sort of had a bit of a chat and thought, this might not go down very well, but it didn't. The reverse of it was really good.
Brilliant. Okay, what else have you got on the agenda today for us? Yellow lines obviously been painted.
Well, yes. All the yellow lines have been painted now, and they're looking all very smart and new. They're there. It means that laws can be enforced. We don't want to give out tickets, but obviously it's clear that people are paying no attention whatsoever to the new lines that are down. We've told people enough times that the lines are there. Now they've been renewed, we need to pay attention to them and heed the warning. You can't park down there anymore. The lines are there for a reason.
What area in specific is causing you the most problem?
Well, I would say
Hugh Street.
Hugh Street, traditionally, always.
Hugh Street. I mean, the lines haven't been up to scratch through the winter, and we haven't been enforcing it as much as we could do. We are now. It's summer. Everyone can see how busy it's getting. The build at the school is still going on, and it will still go on. It'll get busier, if anything, with the carriers, etc., bringing all the stuff through the main street. Please help them out by not parking along the co-op or the post office or outside Cavona, because the big wide trucks trying to get through, it's just they do have to mount the pavements to get by, and it's doing them nothing. The world of good. And obviously the pedestrians are now going to be starting catching the boats in the morning, so it's going to be a bit of a minefield. So like Mark said, just adhere them. We don't want to issue tickets, but we will if we've got to.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. And what else is coming up? Anything?
Well, something that's I don't know how many people, and it's the time of year, obviously, when people are starting to look at putting their boats back in the water. With regard to security, make sure that we don't usually have major issues with items being taken from boats, but we still need to remind people to mark their items up, take notice of their notes of their engine and serial numbers, so that and anything that is definitely valuable, try and lock it away. The other thing that we as police across Devon and Cornwall have been notified is that any out-of-date flares that we used to take, we don't take anymore. There's no police station will take them throughout Devon and Cornwall.
Was this for disposal initially?
Yeah. We were able to take them and dispose of them, but the legislation of transport and safekeeping of them and storage basically means we can't handle them anymore.
So what do they have to do now?
The only people that will take them now is the Maritime and Coast Guard Agency, the MCA. If you contact them or go onto the website, there's various locations throughout Devon and Cornwall who will take those items. If it transpires as a lot over here, then obviously special arrangements will have to be made to get them back to the mainland. But I'm afraid, as a police department, we won't be taking them any longer.